Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naistiki
Bhaktim Bhavati Nastiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, text number 31, 2531. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Cause of All Causes. Please repeat the sloka behind me. Taijasāt vikurvāṇād
taijasāt vikurvāṇād
indriyāṇi daśābhavan
indriyāṇi daśābhavan
jñāna-śaktiḥ kriyā-śaktir
jñāna-śaktiḥ kriyā-śaktiḥ
buddhiḥ prāṇaś taijasau
buddhiḥ prāṇaś taijasau
śrotraṁ tvag-ghrāṇa-dṛg-jihvā
śrotraṁ tvag-ghrāṇa-dṛg-jihvā
vāg-dor-meḍhrāṅghri-pāyavaḥ
vāg-dor-meḍhrāṅghri-pāyavaḥ.
Word by word meaning. Please repeat behind me. Taijasāt,
Taijasāt,
by the passion egoism, by passionate egoism.
by the passionate egoism.
Two,
But
vikurvāṇāt,
vikurvāṇāt,
transformation of indriyāṇi,
indriyāṇi,
the senses.
Dasa,
Dasa, 10.
abhavan,
generated.
jñāna-śaktiḥ,
the 5 senses for acquiring knowledge.
5 senses of acquiring knowledge.
Kriyā-śaktiḥ,
the
5 senses of activities.
5 senses of activities.
Buddhiḥ, intelligence. prāṇaḥ, the living energy. Cha, also. Taijasau, all products of the mode of passion. Śrotram, the sense of hearing. Tvak, the sense of touching. Ghrāṇa, the sense of smelling. Dṛg, the sense of seeing. Jihvāḥ, the sense of tasting. Vāg, the sense for speaking. Doha, the sense of handling. Meḍhra, the genitals. Aṅghri, the legs. Pāyavaḥ, the sense for evacuating. Translation and purport by Zivengri Sabha Charana Vrinda A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. By further transformation of the mode of passion,
By further transformation of the mode of passion,
the senses or the sense organs
the sense organs,
like the ear,
like the ear,
skin,
skin,
nose,
nose,
eyes,
eyes,
tongue,
tongue,
mouth,
mouth,
hands,
hands,
genitals,
genitals,
legs,
legs,
and the outlet for evacuating
and the outlet for evacuating,
together with intelligence
together with intelligence
and living energy
and living energy,
are all generated.
are all generated.
Purport. The living condition in material existence depends more or less on one's intelligence and powerful living energy. Intelligence to counteract the hard struggle for existence is assisted by the senses for acquiring knowledge, and the living energy maintains himself by manipulating the active organs like the hands and legs. But on the whole, the struggle for existence is an extraction of the mode of passion. Therefore, all the sense organs headed by intelligence and the living energy, prana, are different products and byproducts of the second mode of nature called passion. This mode of passion, however, is the product of the earth element as described before. Om Dasa. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnana-śaktiḥ Chakshurmanitam Yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pacharne Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Desha Dharane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauru Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So to this is the continuation of the discussion between Brahmaji and Narada. So Narada asked the question about the material creation, the cause of all causes. That's the reason the chapter name is cause of all causes. The Brahma is giving the answer. So till now till the previous sloka, he was explaining about all the how the gross elements and the subtle 5 basic gross elements and the subtle elements, how it got created. Now, the today's sloka, he was discussing about the senses, the jñāna-śaktiḥ and kriyā-śaktiḥ. That means the 5 senses of acquiring knowledge and the 5 senses of activities, and how the buddhi, all this, the the senses, how it is getting created, that is the generated. So this is the way the Brahmaji is explaining to Narada Muni. So Brahmaji is explaining that since these are the senses are, most of the senses are, it can be used for devotional activities as well as it can be used for the sense gratification. That's the reason, because the current material world is predominantly used for the sense gratification. So that is the reason all these senses and the jnana-indriyas and karma-indriyas are coming from the rajogun, that is passionate. But because of the passionate egoism, all these senses are getting generated. That's what Brahmaji is explaining here. And we have the 5 senses of jnana-indriyas. Jnana-indriyas in the sense, with the 5 senses, we can we get the knowledge through, first of all, we can get the knowledge through our ears, and by touch, through the skin, that is touch, and through the nose, smelling, and eyes by seeing, tongue by tasting. So these are all the 5 jnana-indriyas. And karma-indriyas, whatever our activities are happening in our body. So the karma-indriyas are, one is our tongue. It will be useful for tasting the food as well as for speech. It is used for the speech. So the tongue, our mouth is useful for the speech and as well as taking food. So it is doing the activity of speech. So it is one of the karma-indriya. And our hands, this is one of the karma-indriya. And the third karma-indriya is our legs. It is a third karma-indriya. And the genital is the fourth, and the anus, the outlet for evacuating. That is for the fifth karmendriya. So these are the five karmendriyas in our body. So Krishna is saying that in Bhagavad Gita, if you see about this senses and the sense organs. So in 15.7, Krishna is talking about the similar thing in the how the senses and sense organs are working. Mamaivamsa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manasastrani indriyāṇi prakritistani karshati. Here Krishna is explaining about what the senses are doing. So he is saying that, first of all, he is saying that the living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. That's what he is saying, that sanatanaha mamai vamsa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanasanaha mamai vamsa mamai mama eva amsaha. That is the mamai vamsa. That means all the living entities of in this material world are my fragmental particles. That's my part and parcel of. That's why Prabhupada translated that into part and parcel of Krishna. We are all the part and parcel of the Krishna. And it is Sanatanaha. Here Krishna is confirming that Sanatanaha. So all the living entities are Sanatana. But for the when they are touching this material world, if it appears that they are breaking birth, they are dying. But the general conception and understanding, the intelligent way of understanding is through getting the knowledge from Krishna. So Krishna is confirming there all the living entities are Sanatana. And he was talking about Manasastrani indriyāṇi. Sastra indriyāṇi. That means 6 senses. What are the 6 senses? Why we discussed only 5 senses. Ear, eyes, nose, taste, touch. There's 5 senses. But here Krishna is talking about Sastani indriyāṇi. He's talking about the 6 senses. What is the 6th sense? Our mind. Is saying that including the mind. So Krishna adding that mind also the 6 senses. So all these 6 senses, what is saying that? They are karshati. That means it is struggling hard. People are, the living entities in this material world are struggling hard. All the living entities, not only the human being, all the living entities are struggling hard in this material world with all the 5 jnana-indriyas plus the mind. 5 plus 1, the 6 senses. That's what Krishna is explaining. So Krishna himself is saying that all these senses are, we will struggle with these senses. The living entities in this material world, the senses are, if it is not used for the perfect, what Krishna is saying, in that way, then our senses will be, that will be giving us a problem. That's why the living entities need to be struggle in this material world. So what is the perfect way Krishna is saying? That is, he was saying in chapter 12.2. In 12.2, Krishna is saying that Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mayavesha Mano Ye Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetas Teme Yukta Tamamataha. So here in the 12.2, Krishna is saying that the Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
We lost your voice, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, sorry, the network got disconnected from me. So he was talking about the 6 senses. The Krishna is talking about the 6 senses over here. So all the 6 senses, it will It will be a hard struggle for us in this material world. And how to utilize, if the person is utilizing the six senses for the engage in the worship of me, he is saying that worshipping for me, engage the senses worshiping for me, then what will happen? He is saying that that person considered by me a most perfect person. So you can see that there is in Bhagavatam, so there is an example. The Bhagavatam talked about Ambarish Maharaj. Even though he is a king, the king always, the king must be in the mode of passion or the combination of mode of passion and ignorance. But in this particular, the Bhagavatam, the particular king, our Ambarish Maharaj, he was very much addicted with the affectionate with the devotional service. So the Bhagavatam is saying that all his indriyas, he was engaged in the service of the Lord. So he is using his eyes for seeing the Lord's personal form, how the Lord appeared in the form of the statue. He was using his eyes for that only. And he used to smell the flowers which offered the tulasi leaves which are offered in the lotus feet of the Lord. For that only he is using the smell. And he used his mouth to taste the Krishna Prasadam. And he used his ears to hear the glories of the Lord and the pastimes of the Lord. Like that he was touching the other devotees, the Lord, the great devotees. So like that he is using all his six senses and his mind always thinking about the Lord. So like that he is engaging in all six senses with the Lord. And this is we talked about the jnāna-indriyas and the karma-indriyas. What he was doing, he was using his legs to walk only towards going to the temple, and he is using his hands to do the service in the temple. So and he's talking about he's singing, doing the kirtan to glorify the Lord. So like that he was using his senses also and karma-indriyas also for the service of the Lord. So that is why till today we are talking about the Ambarish Maharaj. So in the past time we can see that he is a great devotee of the Lord, but even though he is a great devotee and he is a great emperor, but he is very humble. And we can see in the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there it is widely talked about Ambarish Maharaj. So he was doing all his activity without any expectation. Without any expectation from God, he was doing all his years service of with the senses, the living in it is certainly not anticipated. And especially provided the 12th chapter, the devotional service, there we are seeing that when the living entities are engaged themselves in the service of Supreme Lord, all the senses will be perfect, and that person is called perfect. Krishna considers them as a perfect person. So, if in the Bhagavatam, how the perfect person can be lived and be taught in this material world, Ambarish Maharaj, he was a great example for that. So, this is the way the Lord and his devotees and giving us the knowledge about all this knowledge, all the senses about and how to utilize these senses for this in this material. And today we discussed about the Prabhaji. He was talking about the six senses and also six knowledge acquiring senses as well as and the karma indriyas, the activity, which are the physical activity we are doing, those activities, jnāna-indriyas and the karma indriyas. So with these 10 senses, we are struggling hard. When we engage ourselves using these senses, like Ambarish Maharaj example, when we engage ourselves in the service of the Lord, and Lord will be happy, and we can make Lords happy, and we can be the Lord consider us a perfect person. So in order to perfect First of all, we need to control ourselves.
Prabhuji, your voice is breaking. See?
So all the knowledge of occurring senses and the jnana-indriyas and the karma-indriyas, the current material world, all of us are engaging in the other sense gratification only. So by seeing that, I'm becoming happy. So something is happening. It is whether in the movie or in the fashion show, when the male and female, they are dressing like a glamour dress. So we are attracted towards that. We wanted to see that. That is even the government also doing the same thing. Our government is one person. He was the actor. He sung a song. It became a very hit, Kolaveri song. So he immediately our prime minister called him and he provided the feast for him. So this is the way because he became famous. So the famous people he wanted to agree that. So that is the work of the prime minister. So the
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, voice is breaking, everything is disturbance, Prabhuji.
you're saying something? Okay,
Yeah, Prabhuji, now also it is
it's breaking.
disturbing, breaking, Prabhuji.
So we are talking about the sense organs and the senses, right? So it is, and we were talking about that song. People are addicted to hearing the movie songs. Even the people are not understanding what is the meaning behind that, but it is giving a pleasure to them. So we are murmuring this song itself. So this is the way we are exploiting our senses. This is the couple of examples I gave, but we are exploiting our senses, all of our senses in that way. So, but when we are changing, this is the lower tastes. When we move our senses from this lower taste to the higher taste, nowadays it is very to addict to this. Earlier, the people used to go to the movie, then only they will see that this glamorous and all. They will go to the theater and all. But now it is everybody's hand and the form of mobile. It is there. So it is always we can very prone to addict to this kind of, yes, by seeing and hearing. So all those things will be happening within the small mobile itself. So that will affect our consciousness very badly, because the reason is mobile is affecting the consciousness of the business very badly, because it is very rare. You need to go to any mall or any movie, then only you will get the kind of glamorous activities to see or hear. But now with the hand only we are having everything. So it is very exploiting way. It is very with our senses, it is very quickly it can be addicted and it can be turned to the lower taste. So that is the reason Krishna is saying that whatever you wanted to hear of my pastimes. That's why Krishna is saying that Janma karmacha me divyam evam yo veti tatvadaga tyakta deham punarjanma naiti mamait so arjuna. So when the person who knows about my birth and my activities, they will come back to me. They never take Krishna is saying. So we can engage our senses by hearing the pastimes of the Lord. What are the activities he did? So that is also, it is not as a Lord's pastimes also, it is not of everything is there. There also it is a fight is there, romantic is there, and comedy is there. Everything is there. All the humors are there in the Lord's pastimes also. So by going to the movie and we are enjoying this fight, glamour, and romance and comedy, we can enjoy the Lord's pastimes there. So that by seeing the movie, we are keeping away from Krishna. When we are hearing the pastimes of the Lord, it will take us near to the Krishna. So that is the way we can change our senses from low environment to moving to the higher engagement, so that our senses will be purified. So purified as well as connect with Krishna. This is the our activities. Whenever you are going to do some small activities there, small service there, try to do small service. That will even a small paper you are just available. If there is small paper lying there, and if you take away the paper and put it on the dustbin, that is also Krishna considered as a small service. Yes, but cleaning, there is not a selfless service. It's not going to do anything for you, even the paper lying there, but you are thinking that I want to clean. This is Krishna's place. I want to make it clean. So that is that intention. Krishna is looking for the bhava-grahi. What bhava you are working? Whether it is you are taking a small paper or you are taking a big garbage. It's not. The Krishna is not considering that. Even though you have a small piece of paper, if you take it and put it on the garbage collector, then definitely Krishna will add that as a devotional service. So devotional service, it is not necessary to do the big things. Even a small things, we'll do it for Krishna without any self-motivation or for the self-gratification. If it's something we do, that Krishna will appreciate. The Krishna is telling that person as the perfect person. So now onwards, please keep it in mind. Whenever you're going to the temple or center, anywhere, try to do some service, some sort of service, without selfless service. Okay, we can go and serve. We can clean the vessels, clean the paraphernalias of the Lord, and clean the floor, and do the kirtan, and play the kirtan and play the mridanga, kartal, some of the other activities which are connected with the Lord. If you do that, Lord will, and do this. At least even if nothing can be done, sing along with the kirtan, sing and connect with that Lord. You can, through the singing also you can connect with the Lord. If somebody singing, doing the kirtan, let me see my mobile. Like that, we should not be there. We are singing, we need to repeat the same thing in the mood that, okay, this song, whatever the kirtan they are doing, it is connecting me towards the Lord. So let me concentrate and do the kirtan. In that way, one thing, that two advantages. One is we will always engage connected with Krishna. Also, we will learn the raga also, how to sing. So many benefits are there by doing these activities for Krishna. So engaging our senses towards Krishna is very much important, and that will take us from lower taste to higher taste and take us from this material world to the spiritual world. So this is what Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita. And today's sloka we discussed about Brahma and Narada discussing how this karma-indriyas and jnāna-indriyas generated from the mode of passion, transformation of mode of passion. All these indriyas are, and the sense organs and the sense objects are created, and how it is. That's what Brahma is explained in this. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, this because of my poor network, I am unable to